Hello, welcome to Make to Heal with Angela Brown. So I'm going to invite you to go to the link in my comments below to check out my book, You Are Made to Heal Spiritually, Emotionally, Mentally, and Physically. And in our healing journey, what I want to talk about is the first step. The first step that we take in our healing journey is just awakening our senses and becoming aware of how we're feeling. And where is this stemming from? Asking ourselves some questions, willing to go below the surface of just, I feel crappy today, or I am really sad and I don't know why, or I'm really angry, or I'm hurt, or I'm frustrated, or I'm, whatever it is, whatever the negative thing going on is. We all have negative emotions that come to us. And the healing process really starts when we are willing to become aware, when we are going to acknowledge where that pain is coming from and to address it. Ask ourselves questions such as, what role have I played into having this happen? And were there others outside myself that contributed? I mean, it's okay to name that out and call that out. But the important thing is knowing to address what you are in control of. If there are others that have hurt your feelings in the past and they're unwilling to apologize, and they're not there yet on their healing journey, and they're not willing to admit their faults or whatever, we don't have control over that kind of stuff. But we do have control over how we address things and how we handle things. I forgot my water bottle and my throat's dry. So it is important that we address all of those things. And I was just going to share some questions that I have at the end of my first chapter, because my first chapter in my book is called An Awakening of Emotions. And at the end of each chapter, I have some soul reflection questions that we can ask ourselves. And this just kind of helps you gauge to know where you're at. So the first question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you rate your stability of your emotional state of being? Where is that? And 1 is the lowest and 10 is being great, right? So where do you rate your emotional state of being? And it's important to address that and to acknowledge, like, hey, I'm doing good, or oh, I'm okay. There's need for improvement, or I need some help. And I think we've all been on all spectrums, right? So what emotions, and the next question is, what emotions do you feel frequently? What is kind of ruling your day? What is coming up all the time? And address it and see where they're coming from. And a lot of times our emotions that we have aren't ours. And a lot of times they are ours and our parents, grandparents, great grandparents. Those are called generational things that got passed down to you, and you've carried it on. And it's time to kind of go through those. So the next question is, it's important to differentiate those emotions. Oh, I just went over it. It's important to differentiate. Is this mine? Or, gosh, is this something that I was taught and I kind of took from my mom or my dad or great grandparents or whatever? So it's important to recognize that if we're carrying stuff that isn't ours, it's not our job to carry that stress on. And the last question is, what are some ways that you numb your emotions? We all numb our emotions. We find ways to numb our emotions so that we don't have to address it. We will do that by being busy in our day-to-day lives. We will put work as a precedence, or maybe we sleep. We sleep it off. Or maybe we eat it off. We use food to numb. Or we have different addictions. People that might have drug or alcohol addictions, or pornography addictions. People turn to sex for numbing so they don't have to turn and face their emotions. It could be just shopping, going shopping and not willing to look at how you're really, really feeling. So it's important to address those emotions and recognize where they come from, start asking questions. And once we have that awareness, we start to become more awake, more alive, and we start to understand where we're at. And that's where we kind of start chiseling at our pride, because not wanting to look at things in our lives, our emotions, and how we're feeling, then that creates, oh, I have a nice son. He is getting the ice off my windshield. So, anyway, so sorry for the noise, but it's important that we recognize these and we address it, because, I'm going to start my van so that he can, sorry, he's, okay. Sorry. It's important that we address these and recognize it so that we can move forward in a healthy way. And also that when we work on ourselves and we're willing to face things at some point in our lives, we've got to face them. And sometimes people don't. Sometimes they do it on the other side after they're gone. It's easiest to deal with our junk now. When we're on earth, it just is easier. So, when we deal with it now, we're not only helping ourselves, but we are helping past generations that carried that stuff. When we clear it and recognize it and are able to clear it from ourselves, then we are not only helping ourselves, but we help past generations, and we are helping future generations. We are helping future generations to address it, because let's be honest, I was raised in a house of quit your crying. And most people are. I hear it all the time. What are you crying for? Like, you're not to have those emotions, stuff it, bury it, and move on. And it's important to allow our children to feel. It's not a shameful thing to be sad. It's not a shameful thing to have our anger emotions or whatever. It's just, we need to be able to address it, and in a healthy manner too. So it's important that we do this on our healing journey. That is the number one thing, is to recognize and be aware. So God bless you on your journey, and your family, your friends, your community. It takes a community to heal. And don't underestimate the power of one. You doing it, if you feel like you're the only one putting in the work in your household, you are going to create ripple effects, and you're going to be able to help others in your household. So focus on yourself. Don't focus on other people changing around you. It's not our job. But what are the changes that we can make? What are the changes we can make with our emotions and with our awareness? And how can we be a better influence? And I'm telling you, it will make all the difference in the world. So God bless. And until next time, please like and subscribe to this channel. Share it with others. It's my mission and purpose to help others in their healing journey. And we'll see you next time. Bye.